No, actually, I was just thinking about talking about the Shropshire League, Alan. Had they ever considered making a second division in the Shropshire League?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not part of any of their committees, and I don't attend any of their meetings. You know, I'm captain at St George's team on the Friday night. I think the idea was to make an elite league and leave it at that, and the other teams that feed out of it, and the playoff matches are actually very, very good because people aspire to get into the Premier League.
It just makes it a little bit of a closed shop. I mean, the Summit League's up to 3 divisions now. As you were just talking about teams like Rockerdine and Kingsheath Park, who are in our 3rd division. They're full of 8 county players.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to have. You can have situations in a team. I mean, we wouldn't pick on any team in particular, but when we formed the Summit League the first year, Langley were then a top Staffordshire-based side, and they lost 1 or 2 players, went down, and now they're in Division 3. You know, there's got to be ways for teams having opportunity to come through. I know you have your playoffs, but it's only giving that one opportunity. You know, a second division promotion, relegation. You know,
again, I think, you know, talking to the people who run the league, as you know, Mark Burrows and the likes, you know, I think they just wanted to make a Premier League and let all the other leagues apply to come into that league at the end of the season. You know, the Shrewsbury League, the Ludlow League, the Whitchurch Leagues, things like that, and the playoffs are very, very exciting at the end of the season, almost like in you know, a lesser model in football. You know, it's almost like a winner takes all. And it's shown over the years that the team who's finished bottom of the Shropshire Premier League and a top other team out of one of the other leagues cannot beat them. You know, so that just shows you some of the strength in the league.
But at the same time, you have this playoff situation where you have the champions of Islay League, Wem League, the Tanners League, whatever they call the various leagues. If only one of them can possibly get through. Now, if you had a second division of all these champions, possibly that could strengthen Shropshire, strengthen the Shropshire County team. They're stuck in their own leagues at the moment. At least if they're coming across, they would be playing each other.
Yeah. Good point. But I don't really know. You know, that's what's gone on in the past. They just wanted to make a elite league, and obviously that's where it stayed. It's run very well, and it works quite well. But I see your point.
Yeah. Okay. I think Linda just said you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Alan what his view was, and I think it is fact. I don't think it's fantasy, if that's the right word. But in terms of female bowlers in the Shropshire Premier League, as I understand it, there was one team that got promoted, having had a female player playing their team, but because of the promotion to the Premier League, she was ineligible to play.
Yeah.
What's your views on that? Is that correct?
I think it should stay as it is, because you'd be coming over to play, Lynn, I think. I think that was the Bowring. Was it the Bowring?
Newport, I think.
Yeah. And also the Bowring now, since they got promoted. It was one of the league rules, and that's the way it's been kept. Why or what for, I don't know. I really don't know. I was thinking, personally, years gone by, I didn't particularly like to play a woman. I don't know why, even though it's not a power sport or anything like that. You know, I'm looking across at Lynn here and thinking, well, you play a woman, you should throw her out. You wouldn't want to throw Lynn out. But that again, that's one of the league rules. It was put in for whatever reasons at the time, but I mean, again, I suppose it could go down to proposal. You know, if they wanted to turn that back over, but people have obviously going to propose it.
It's a shame, though, as we said, you've had a couple of instances where teams have won the playoffs, got promoted, winning leagues with 1 or 2 ladies in it, but the teams then promoted, they can't play, and the team's possibly weakened, isn't it?
Yes, that's definitely happened. But then the questions come up in around a lot of people. They say, why do they have the women's league? Why can't men play in that league? You know, I'd like to play in it now. No, I'm only joking.
No, I can see you in a pleated skirt, Alan. Yeah.
I personally think, and I've said this openly on many occasions, that you should scrap just men only and ladies leagues. I mean, I've not played in a ladies league for more years than I can care to remember, but and just have one league and really, crudely as I see it, if you're good enough to play in the team and the results prove that, whether you're male, female or halfway in between, then it's irrelevant really.
I think some maybe say it, you know, is their social night out. They do want it male only. I know one person who's always been outspoken about it. It's a mate of mine, Jamie Dunn, where in the north. I don't know whether you're listening, Jamie. And around North Midlands, you know, he sort of said, you know, he wants to go out and have a drink with his mates, and you know, without women around. I don't know whether you're gay, Dan. I'm only joking. But I don't know. With with a lot of leagues, that's just what people do.
I mean, Jimmy Parker's put a point on perfectly correct. Totally agree with Jimmy. 98% of the women don't want to play now. They just want their own social night out in the ladies' league. There's not many like Lynn or Melissa Herbert and these top lady players who actually want to test their arm against the men. Yeah,
but I think if the women do and they are good enough, why honest view, why not? You know, we have women players over in Shropshire. One, for instance, Sonia Lucas. You know, over the years, who wins virtually all the matches in the Mid Shropshire League. You know, would be good enough to play in the Premier League, but that's the real stipulations.
Schnaps has put on a comment here. Women should, and I know Schnaps very well. Hello, Schnaps. Women should stick to playing in women's leagues. Enough said. Well, if that was the case, Schnaps, then I'll probably have to pack up bowling because I couldn't bear that. But there you go. I'm known to. Well, it's actually been said that I'm a bit different. So anyway.
I think, as you said, Lynn, you know, you haven't played in women's leagues for so many years now. You just openly accepted it in what leagues you play in. You know, that's
and I pay the same money as anybody else, and take your chance, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
So.